If you're listening right now to the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast, we know something about you. We know that you're obsessed with Little House on the Prairie.
For more than half a century, Little House on the Prairie, the series and the books have been bright lights for people all over the world who seek out goodness, decency, and human connection.
Here on the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast, we celebrate everything that made Little House so special.
The stories, the characters, the actors, and the messages that have made Little House iconic family television.
And a perfect counterpoint to a world that feels like it's going off the rails every day.
Where is Michael Landon when we need him most? I'm your host, Pamela Bob.
And I'm your prairie bitch, Allison Arngrim.
And I'm Dean Butler.
Our hashtag imaginary boyfriend. Join us for our loving, quirky, and often irreverent conversations about the finest family drama in the history of television.
And the imperfect people who made it that way.
In this third season, we are extremely grateful for the support of VisitSimiValley.com for their continuing sponsorship of Little House on the Prairie and the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast. Hello, it's go time. Hi, bonnet heads. How are you doing? I'm Pamela Bob, creator and star of Living on the Prairie, and superfan and your host, and I am here with the ever-loving prairie bitch, Miss Allison Arngrim, and also our hashtag imaginary boyfriend, both featured prominently in this episode. Woohoo! He is here with us, yeah. Dean Butler. Hello, you guys.
Hey, Pamela. So the weather has chased us from the has come from the east. It's like it is wet.
Really?
And it's not freezing,
cold, though.
But it's wet this morning.
And it's gonna be cold. You're warming up in New York? Are you warming up?
Well, it hit 31 degrees, and it's like people were frolicking through the streets. It felt warm and balmy at 31. Today, it's about that. Yesterday, it got up to 40, but then I woke up this morning to more snow. So, no, we're still in it. It's not 0 degrees anymore. It's not 5 degrees anymore, but, you know, it's cold.
It's going to be freezing here in California because there's going to be snow in the mountains, so they're talking, 30s, and I'm looking at Tahunga and I'm going, okay, blah, blah, 50s and blah, blah, 40-something, the usual kind of stuff, and then rain, they're talking about, right now, very light drizzle, but they're saying insane heavy rains, they're selling sand, they got sandbags down at the fire department, it's going to be nuts, but then it's going to get really cold, and tomorrow night, I think it's going to be okay tonight, it's going to be like 38 up here in Tinga. It never does that. And then
I'm like, yeah.
And I'm like, saying, what
I am not amused.
Winter.
Yes.
Actual winter temperatures of 30, which does not have. Now, it's going to snow in the mountains. Now, we're not high elevation here. Right. We're 1,800? Not.
Is that right? You're that high.
It's not 2,000, but it's sure as hell not sea level. We're pretty high up. We're mountains like right there. We're like right next to the mountain. And they're saying snow levels dropping to the 2,000s. And once in a blue moon, if it's windy and it does that, we have snow. We can have snow. So we might have snow in the driveway on Thursday. It's like insane. Yeah.
Wow. Well, welcome to my world.
Yeah, it's fast. Catherine was watching time lapses of storms this morning on her scrolling on her iPad, and with the wind, and I mean, we're fascinated. We're all fascinated with weather, and of course because you have to deal with it. You can't just sort of pretend it's not happening.
Yeah,
you have to deal
totally.
With it. So yeah, it's really it's interesting. So we come off of a Valentine's Day, stepping into sort of the late stages of a winter experience here in Southern California. Blistering cold winter continues in the East. We had a little contest. Pamela, what did we do over?
We did, and the people came through so hard. It was so good. Okay, so last episode, because Valentine's Day fell between when our episodes air. So we had a little contest. Last week we showed little funny Valentine's mock-up cards from Prairie characters, and we asked everybody to contribute their own, and then we picked 5 that we featured. So I'm going to give you the 5 that we featured on our social media that were the quote-unquote winners, although everyone was a winner because, oh my God, you guys, they were so good.
Everyone gets a medal?
Everyone wins. Let's just put it this way. Everyone wins. But
I was howling over these.
Let's see the top 5 that were chosen. Are we ready? Dean, you haven't
Yeah,
seen any
let's
of
see
these,
'em.
right?
Have you not seen them?
Maybe I've seen them, but let's share them with
Okay.
everyone else.
They're so good.
Okay.
Okay, let's
do it.
Let's go.
Tony, whenever you're ready.
Laughing already.
I don't see anything yet.
Oh, from Nancy.
I see
You
it.
all hate me.
There it is.
Miss Nancy, my hideous adopted sister, soaking wet from the dunk tank. You all hate me.
And it's
And
true.
then, is she in her mermaid?
She
is this
sure
the
is.
Her
mermaid
horrible,
costume?
bad 1800s mermaid costume, drenched.
I don't know. I thought it was
Lovely.
pretty impressive for an 1800s Prairie mermaid
It was-
costume.
yeah.
But anyway, yes.
Yeah.
You all hate me, Nancy Olsen.
And we do.
We do.
And we do.
It's true, we do.
We do.
Okay, next.
That's my. That was my favorite. That was the one I fell out of my
The
chair.
handyman.
I can
This was
fix
the
more
this
than
was
your
the
roof.
favorite, the overall favorite of everyone who saw
course.
it. So it's the handyman
the
saying,
hot
"I
Gil Gerard."
I can fix more than your roof." Bow chicka bow bow. Yeah,
And looking like he can.
he really can.
It's adorable. That's really funny.
Okay, next one. These were all so clever.
It's Willie.
It's Willie. I'm just here for the candy. And let's face it, folks, he is.
Yes,
is.
and he just totally looks at there. It's a really great picture. His hair is everywhere. It's
The
like,
red
And it
checkered
just so
shirt.
it all totally works for him to be that kid.
Yeah.
It's
bedhead,
amazing. But yes,
disheveled.
aren't we all just well? At times we're all there just for the candy. And Valentine's Day does offer. We had a jar of chocolate kisses at home. I don't, the Hershey. I love the Hershey's, and we killed them.
Yeah, of course.
Killed them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
chocolate covered strawberries. I got chocolate covered.
Oh
You
my
guys are
God! Well, you got
very
something
nice.
healthy along with the.
Oh yeah, that was it. There was a
decadence,
box of chocolate, and then there's a huge box of chocolate covered strawberries. So I'm like, fruit.
Yeah, it's fruit.
This
It
is
counts.
Nice.
It counts.
Totally healthy.
All right, next
What's
image.
next?
Hot Doc,
Aw.
I've got the cure for your broken heart. Yes, he does. Here, this is for all the Hot Doc folk out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was, Kev. Well, we've talked about Kevin. I mean, he was so solid in this, and just throughout everything he did was so present. He was such a nice actor and present to what he was being asked to do. Always, it was really, really good.
Yeah. Well, if you do think Hot Doc is Hot Doc, it's because of his total confidence in
Yes.
the way he goes
Even though
about it.
he kills so many patients.
But he also saves so many patients without antibiotics. He's a miracle man.
He's working with nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
It's just stone knives
In fact,
and bearskins.
when Pa gets run down by the stone, and the doc is like, "Don't worry, nothing on the inside is broken." I'm like, "How do you know?
You
You
know.
don't know there's no internal
Yeah.
bleeding. How the hell do you know that?"
Yeah.
Guy had a couple of poultices and some cough syrup and some quinine.
Yes.
That,
And a little morphine hidden in the
Saved
closet.
everybody.
A little
Right,
morphine.
exactly.
Right,
Little morphine.
exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
it saved Ma from her leg, so I don't know what he did.
Yeah.
It was a miracle. Okay, is there one more, Tony? I think there's one more. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Jack.
It's Jack and
I
Pa.
love
I
you.
love you. That's so
And don't we all?
sweet.
We all love our dogs.
We do. We
Yeah,
do.
Benny sent Catherine a Valentine.
Benny's
this
a very good
Valentine's Day.
boy. Very good
Yeah,
boy.
he was a good boy.
Okay,
he was a good boy.
so these were the top 5 that we featured, but I have to say I felt like I couldn't ignore some of the other,
Okay.
the other,
Oh, good,
the other
okay.
ones. So I'm gonna give some. We're gonna go down real quick some honorable mentions because they made me gaggle with laughter. Okay, first is I'll tumble for you, Carrie. Or alternatively, we also got I'll mumble for you, Carrie. Those were good. And I also imagine Percival wearing a crown and Nellie just saying "My prince." That's
My prince.
That's the Valentine's
Yes,
card.
perfect.
Nellie in a wheelchair. A visual of Nellie in a wheelchair saying "I'm paralyzed by your love." Oh, here's one. This is I appreciated this one. Susan, annoying blind girl Susan. I'm here for you, Valentine. I'm here. Andy, shout out to Andy Garvey.
Okay.
I would never cheat on you. Yes. Mr. Edwards. Old man Tucker was a fine old man, but he's got nothing on you. Bow chicka bow. Okay, ready? Bad taste, awesome comedy. Here it is.
There's some bad ones. My bad.
Alice Garvey, my heart burns for you. Terrible.
Herschel would have loved that. Herschel would have loved that. She loved that.
She would have loved
it.
Yeah,
She
she
was
loved
a
it.
riot. Yes.
Okay, here's another
Love
Mary
that.
one. Ready? I've only got eyes for you. Oh, stupid. Miss Whipple got one. Ready? Miss Whipple. Love is a stitch in time. Brilliant. Nels.
It's very sweet.
Nels. You defeat me. I mean, you complete me. And last one, honorable mention. Another one for the handyman. Don't call me uncle. Call me daddy. So dumb, so good.
So good. Yeah, absolutely.
And there are people that commented on our YouTube channel for this that like were writing actual Valentine's Day messages, like as if they were writing an actual card for some of the characters. So there'd be one for Ma, there'd be one for Pa, there'd be one for Laura, and that were like paragraphs long of like these loving messages for these characters.
Full role play.
Yes,
Like went
full
totally
role
into
play.
it.
Yes, completely.
Wow.
So anyway,
Well-
thank you guys. You far surpassed our expectations. Like you really just, you were awesome. Thank you so much. We loved it. It made me howl.
Well, speaking of love,
Speaking
of love and the challenging road to love here.
Well, yes.
Let's get to
we
this.
will get to this. Yes, in this episode, we consider part 2, yes, of a story where the course of love is bumpy, hot and cold. At times,
Hot and cold.
a prairie taming of the shrew. Yes, indeed. But first, from UBN Go and Prairie Partners, and visit SimiValla.com, and of course, our wonderful Patreon patrons. This is the Little House on the Prairie 50th Anniversary Podcast. All right, you guys. My God, how I love these episodes so much. They're so
They're great. I love
freaking
that.
good. And they're so loaded. So here we go.
Yeah,
There's
one of my
so much to talk about. Dean, explain what
Okay.
episode.
All right. Well, today we're talking about episode 24, the season finale
Yes.
of season 6, part 2
Rating. It's rating.
of He Loves Me, He Loves Me Not, which debuted May 12th, 1980.
What a finale.
Written,
Jeez.
yeah.
Just-
Yes, a nice season finale that sets things in motion for season 7.
Yes.
Written and directed by Michael Landon. Allison, what is this about?
What is it not about? There's so much going on
so true.
in this
What
episode.
is it
It
not
is
about?
out of control. Well, Laura buries her broken heart in helping Mary and Adam keep their blind school afloat. Meanwhile, Almanzo, also known as Almanzo Manly Zaldamo, and now in this episode,
Alamanzi.
Alamanzi. God, you needed another name.
good.
Alamanzi, yes, proves that while he may be stubborn, he is also secretly devoted to Laura. Yes, indeed.
A good Valentine's message.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's kind of in keeping with the real Almanzo's character in the books, and this one really is. Predictably, pride plus exhaustion equals collapse. Oh, indeed. When Laura learns he nearly worked himself into the grave
Yes.
for her dream, anger melts into relief. This is where she finds out all this stuff that she thought was happening. No, that's not happening. This is more like the real Almanzo who drove her across country to the school. This is the guy.
Yep.
This is the guy.
is a good
Meanwhile,
guy,
Nellie falls for Percival. How could we not? The only man who ever told her no. And they're engaged, married, and off to the honeymoon at Prairie Speed. I know. We went from, what do I do? I love you, marry me. Fab. Let's cut to the chase, babe. Yes. A lesson in Walnut Grove. Love is stubborn, sacrificial, occasionally life-threatening, and sometimes answers to 5 different names.
Yes. That's true.
Somebody asked me the other day if I still answered to Nellie, and I said yes. And I thought,
Of course.
what does poor Dean answer to?
Answer to whatever, Alamanzi, Almanzo,
Zaldamo.
Zaldamo.
We have
Manly,
a T-shirt.
all of it.
We do have a
answered
T-shirt
all
in
of
our
it.
merch shop that says all of the names.
I know. And we have, yes.
All of them.
Okay,
Yes.
well, epic episode, epic two-parter. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. A very good place
Now
to
you've
start.
got questions because you've been obsessed with the stuff that
Of
goes
course,
on in the
I
stuff
have
for years.
questions. Yes, I am representing the fans,
Notes,
people. I
notes.
have questions for me and the masses. Okay,
Hit it,
but
babe.
first we start off. Laura is in the courthouse, aka new blind school, cleaning, messy. P.S. By the way, whoever the costume designer that had her in that red outfit, like that's her signature color, her signature. Brilliant.
Yes.
The red, I don't know what it
that
is
whole
about that
outfit.
particular red too, which is just so striking and it's so right for her. It's brilliant.
And what's all this nonsense about like redheads can't wear red?
Exactly.
She's like the red tint auburn
But
hair.
do we
And
characterize as Laura as a redhead? I mean, I think she's sort of. It's a beautiful shade. But is it?
It
red?
was a
It's not
brunette
red.
in real life. But
Yeah, like an
Melissa's got that red
auburny
thing going on.
Yeah. So in some light it looks red, and in other lights it looks more
This
brown.
outfit, this little scarf on the head, little kerchief, is one of her best looks.
It is.
I love this look.
I do too.
This is the real Laura. She's finally grown up. She's getting down and dirty.
Yep.
She's now a lady, but a lady got to put a rag on my head and grab a mop and get in there. And there's something about this look
Yep.
with this dress, like, I went,
Yes.
there's our Laura.
Okay, I'm
Ingalls.
glad it's
Yes,
not just
I
me
love
because
this
there's
freaking
something
outfit.
about how she looks that's like it's just jarringly different, which is good. We need to view her as looking.
Awesome.
She's a woman now, right? Like we have to look at her that way.
So good.
It's still pretty. Well, okay. It's sort of a hybrid dress. I mean,
Well,
you
yeah.
look at that. I look at the dress and say, I mean, is that a? It's not like the teaching.
No,
dress,
it's not like
which is-
saloon girl dress either. I mean, it's not a fancy dress. It's just the color.
The
It's
color is
the
bright.
hair
Color's
down,
bright on
obviously, and
Yes,
looking
the
like
hair
a
down.
like a person, not like a little
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Like looking like a
Yeah.
someone of a bit more substance and experience. Yeah.
Some like a girl going off to college.
Right,
kind of.
exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get the challenge. I mean, the challenge is laid out right away here. The problem in the episode is laid out right
Right.
away when Houston shows up with Mr. Pims.
Mr. Pims. Now, what the hell is
Right.
Houston saying? I don't know. He's speaking in, is it Creole accent? What is it? What kind of accent is that? Is it New
I
Orleans?
don't
What
know
is
what
it?
he's saying.
Varmint speak, I've heard thrown around. I mean, what do we call that
Now,
weird
Listen,
generalized hillbilly?
I'm not mad at it. I have no idea what he's saying half of the time, but that's okay because I love him.
Yeah. You can't not love
And
it.
how did she make it? Didn't she make a deal with him and have huge negotiations to get the price down?
So-
And then this guy shows up, he's the owner. So Almanzo, he's not even the owner. What the hell was he talking
Well,
to her about? And now the owner has shown up making demands, and it's like, well, maybe she should have talked to him first.
Well, this is what's odd about this is that, Mr. Pims is the bad guy, but actually, like, no, he needs to get paid. That's not,
Right.
he's not
And he's
wrong.
already lowered
He's
the
framed
price.
as sort of the
He's
bad
framed
guy.
as the bad
Houston
guy,
frames
but
him
if
as a
someone
tough
was
guy.
moving into a building that hadn't paid a red cent for it yet, and they're like, you can't kick us out. The blind children are coming. And he's like, well, I didn't ask the blind children to come. And
Right.
she's like, but they're blind. I'm like, Laura, you haven't paid. Like, he's not going to
And
give
he already
you.
lowered the price. He already lowered the price. What the?
Well, he lowered the price to $40 a month, but they needed $80 because it was down payment first also.
Yes.
So
Right.
at this
Right.
point, they
That's how
only had
everything-
$60.
That's right. It started at 100, didn't it?
It started at 100.
Yeah.
They got down
Houston
to
said, "I'm a wanting
40,
100."
but they need
Which
80.
is crazy.
Yes, but they only have $60.15 right now. But they're blind. Worst line. Terrible line. But they're
Because like Charles
blind.
Ingalls, not a great business person apparently,
No.
because Charles never seemed to have enough money.
No,
He was
no.
always short. Something was always wrong.
They always had enough, but never a cushion.
Right.
They always got
Got
by,
by.
but
That's
they
No savings.
but they never had a cushion.
Right.
And this is a situation where it really helps to have a cushion.
Right. Well, while
Now,
this
when
conversation is happening, though, Almanzo shows up, and Laura realizes, oh my God, he's here, and they start having an awkward but nice conversation. And then the douchebaggery commences, Dean. Yes, the Reddit readers were correct this time. The douchebaggery begins because he starts going on. He makes a little jab about her paw.
About Pa, and if he loves you so much, how does
That's
he...
right.
Yeah,
and it's gross. It is gross.
It's gross?
Yes, it's yucky.
It's gross?
He's annoying. He's being immature and annoying.
Yeah.
Again.
I think he's like, the way I was watching this, again, and by the way, one of my favorite still pictures of me from the series comes out of that particular scene. My social media director, Jen Brawlier, calls that look the smolder look. But what,
the smolder before the douchebaggery commences.
Yeah, right,
yes.
exactly. Smoldering
Smolder before the storm.
It's a little smug.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, you were
there?
smug in this conversation, yes.
That's
And she's like trying to keep her head above water, and he's being a little smug. I think probably suggesting, I knew, it's sort of saying, I knew you couldn't leave me. You had to follow me here, and which
is douchey.
Yeah, okay.
And the jab to Pa is
when that
douchey.
guy asked for the money, though, notice Mr. kind of not the bad guy. He's got the mustache, and he's doing, you must pay the rent. And she goes, I can't pay the rent.
Yes.
You must pay. I went, it's the old sketch from the melodrama, complete with mustache. You must pay the rent. I can't pay the rent. You must pay the rent. And then who shows up at a big bar? I'll pay the rent. It's the bit.
Yeah.
They're doing the melodrama sketch.
Yeah, so
That's what it
Almanzo
is.
hears this conversation in the midst of the douchebaggery.
And makes a decision.
And his heart melts a little, and we see him affected by this conversation that Laura has with Mr. Pims about not having enough money.
Right.
But they're blind. Horrible line. Anyway, so we move on.
So he goes and gets it. He immediately goes and gets another
a second job.
So
is this right? So if I'm correct, it's from 3 a.m. till 10 a.m. He's delivering ice. And then from 11 a.m. until
whenever
dinner time, he's working at the store?
In the store.
And the job that he jumped at was the last guy who had it stopped working because he hurt his back moving the ice. And he goes, I'll take it.
He really needs it.
Yeah,
so he's going to take the job.
That's right.
He's trusting that he's strong enough to handle it.
Last guy went out on a stretcher. Sign me up.
Yeah, sign me up.
Yes.
Tony went out on a stretcher. Yeah.
So he gets this job. We cut back to now. We are back in Walnut Grove. Ma and Pa and Laura are eating in the dining room of Nellie's restaurant and talking about the situation. Now, there is a really obvious overdubbing looping line in here of Laura. I mean, it has always stood out to me, always. The the line of, you'll have to meet him, Ma, then you wouldn't be so sure. Guess all I can do is try. And it is clearly coming from another place at another volume level. It's not the best looping job.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we did not do ADR the way ADR is done
now.
today.
No! We have technology.
There was no... Okay, you might have stepped away from the microphone if there was, like, you were yelling in a loop line. They may have backed you off a little bit. But basically, there was no perspective change, no sense of space, none of that. They were going to attempt to handle all of that on the dubbing stage with EQ and trying to, do things to sound. But I just don't think that with the amount of looping that was done, so much, and it was a lot of looping that was done on the show, everything that was outdoors was looped, basically.
Wow. Weird
you couldn't get too fussy about it.
Yeah.
You went into a dark room, a big dark room, and so the mic's just kind of there.
Did you have, and you didn't have the video in front of you to make sure you're...
No video.
So how did you sync the words?
I had video.
You heard it, and then you'd have to
looping,
replicate it. Yeah.
It's called looping, so you hear on the mag in your headphones, and not... Incidentally, not two cans, but one.
Yeah. One that you hold
in
your ear.
That you're holding up to your ear, and you hear beep, 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 talk. And you listen to yourself. You have to remind yourself where you were, what you were doing, all of that. But this is the way you could do 30 loops in in half an hour.
Right.
You couldn't do on an ADR stage. That just simply wouldn't be possible. And the amount of looping just required a different way of
So
doing
for
it.
The only time I saw video was a wild line, and they showed me, and it was we were running around in the pond with a bunch of girls and
Seriously, so
splashing.
you did see ADR at
Once
one point.
in a blue moon, and it was they just ran it because they said we don't know what the hell you said. It was a wild line. Do you know what you said? Oh yeah, I think I said. Oh great. Well then, and then
Say
we just
that.
kind of said that.
Wow.
But I think maybe twice in 7 years I saw video, and it was because they said we don't. It's a wild line, so just like
Yeah.
yell something, or we don't know what the hell this even is. Can you help us? But usually it was and I
That's
always it was
hard.
always so funny with mine because it would be
It
like
is hard.
beep beep beep. My mother says some insane thing, and then like a crow, you'd hear caw in the middle of it. And you went, yeah, I guess that's why we're
yeah,
looping.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
do
It's
that.
like so insane.
That's very
so
difficult
insane.
to do that without
now,
watching
who knows
it.
what happened in the restaurant in that moment that required
A looping, I
because
know.
something had to have
Yes.
happened. So that we just don't know about. Something dropped, something, whatever.
The
that's
door,
had
the
to be what it
walking,
was.
the wooden floor, some weird thing. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so bad looping moment. But then Nellie and Percival come out of the kitchen. Nellie has baked a new pie. And
Do we know what kind of pie?
Was it
We don't know,
blueberry?
do we?
We don't know in that one. I'm trying to
Yeah,
remember. It's not
okay.
the cherry pie. From
I thought it
later.
was
think This
blueberry.
one was apple.
Oh.
Does it look blueberry?
Okay.
Could be
Oh,
blueberry.
can you
why
see
I'm
color?
thinking
I
blueberry.
never saw the filling, so
Yeah, I couldn't see the filling in this one. But yes, everyone is terrified to eat this because I have finally cooked something myself, but as opposed to previously bringing out poor Dan McBride to show him. And I love Dan McBride's heavy in this
Yes,
one.
he is.
The fact
It's
that-
so good.
For those of you going, Dan McBride, yes, Dan McBride was in a movie called Loose Shoes with Robert Wexler, Mr. Pims. Mr. Pims and Dan McBride, Henry Riley were in a movie together. It's like it's very, very weird. And Dan McBride was apparently quite beloved by Michael Landon because he was in Killing Stone, and he later did Highway. He did everything. He was in like all the Michael Landon directed stuff. It's like,
he had a really strong organic quality to that kind of that snarky thing that I don't know what else. All I know is what I didn't
and
see
he
the other
nailed,
work.
yeah.
But he absolutely had control of what he was doing.
He
with
was
us.
this weird character actor who
Yeah.
could nail the thing, be the guy who gets
Yeah, yeah.
hit with the food. Yes.
Yeah,
And
it was
he
great.
Did the
Always
thing.
great.
So they're all afraid of my pie, and this is a thing I kind of experienced in real life because of the show. So many people think I can't cook. So this is a thing that people who don't know any better. I'll go, I've made dinner, and they're like, "Did you order in?" And they're like terrified to eat something I made, and then they eat it and go, "Oh my God, this is freaking delicious!" Because duh, I can go. So yeah, this is the first time Nellie. It's proven she can cook. She did learn, and they all hesitantly try this pie, and they kind of freak out. And then also I'm nice, and
Right.
which really disturbs.
Which is
So
everyone.
the
real
pie
shocker.
is good,
Scares them.
and she's nice. So she and Percival leave, and Ma and Pa and Laura are like, "What the?" Right?
Where's the pug?
What
It won't
happened?
last. It won't last.
And then Laura mentions to Ma and Pa, "Guess who I saw in Sleepy Eye?" And Ma plays all innocent as if she never knew that Almanzo was actually there and purposely didn't put Laura in the same place as he would be. So she plays coy. Pa's very amused by
and
this.
Pa side-eyed
Yes.
looking at her. Yeah.
And says that they got into an argument, and you know
Yes.
it's over. It's officially
Criticized
over.
Pa, and what did he say about me? And he was a little defensive, and
Yeah. So
He goes all douchey at the table, basically.
yes, right. So
he goes douchey.
Oh yeah, he's being all petty and jealous and weird. And it's like, no,
Pies.
it's like get
Oh,
over.
What did
I'm
he
glad
say about
other
me?
people get douchey and not, I'm glad other people do it too.
Pa did it all the time. Pa would like freak out and act in haste and get very rash and be a total douche and getting like when he beat you up in that first
That's
episode
true.
and just go nuts and then later have to have Ma
Have to
go
apologize,
pride
yeah.
goeth before a fall and because he would get douchey. Yeah. And make a fool of himself. Did it all the time.
Then I guess it's an admirable quality. A little douchey is
You are allowed
not
to
a,
be
not a bad thing.
temporarily, as long as you
Yeah.
get like redeemed later.
well, and then the scene ends with Percival snapping his fingers and going, "You can do the dishes, Nellie." right? He's not doing
going
no
to bed,
dishes.
right?
I'm going to bed.
Get to work. Well, I hadn't done dishes before.
No.
I just learned
and he
how.
is bossing you around. Now,
I'm like,
I wrote in my notes like, who knew Nellie was a submissive? You are totally, totally a submissive girl. Do the dishes.
I'm awash in new love, and then I just learned it. But the dishes, that's part of the test. I'd never done a bloody
No,
dish.
of course.
And now he's taught me. Oh, look, the food comes off if you use the little brush.
And he's so dominant and masculine, and it's a turn on, which it is. I mean, he is. He's very sexy in that moment. There's this weird, like,
it's working.
It's totally working, and that's the moment he goes up the steps. She longingly looks at him, and then finally says, "Yes, my prince."
My prince.
My prince.
Yes, my prince.
And we are all Nellie Olson in that moment, I just have to say. He's so awesome.
So cute.
Never would I have thought he's so awesome after ordering me to do dishes, but there's something super masculine about him.
But I get it. She's learning new skills. This is a girl who didn't learn how to do anything. She was kind of good in school if she wasn't cheating. She was so full of crap. So it's like, what did she know how to do? She knew how to, like, bribe people with candy.
She knew how to be a bitch. That's, yes.
Skills. But she had no real, like, hireable, discernible, employable skills of any kind. She couldn't cook or clean or do this or do that. She wasn't really good at any stuff in school. What the hell did she know how to do? Suddenly, she now knows how to cook. She now knows how to do and I'm sure the dishes, it wasn't just dishes, it was efficiency. You use this much hot water and this much soap, and you see how when you rinse them in this water, it's like, it's like suddenly home ec classes. Right. So she's thrilled in a way. And sometimes when you're learning new skills, I mean, like, my God, if you take, like, martial arts or any sort of physical thing, and you're learning something new, you're like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. You're like, rah, you got a coach. He's her life coach.
Yes, sensei.
Sensei. He is sensei of the kitchen. Yes, chef. Yes, sensei.
Yes.
And he's like going,
oh
my
God,
I
of
now,
the kitchen. Yes.
I know how to do all this crap, and I didn't like a week ago. Okay.
And now he will obviously love me because look at how good I'm doing and how hard I'm working and I'm impressing you. Yeah.
He's so smart and so cute.
Yes.
And so strong.
Yes.
Like,
correct.
Not to like.
Ding, ding, ding.
Smart.
He is. I love him so much.
And he's a good businessman.
Yes.
He's making the restaurant run. That whole thing with my mother and the father and the thing in the mercantile, being a good businessman. And he's not, no store's going to go broke with this guy running it.
That is true. It is true. He's the guy.
Now, all of this was wonderfully crafted.
So good.
And you and he delivered on all of this so wonderfully. Well, the relationship that you created with him instantaneously was so wonderful.
When you visit Simi Valley, California, you're stepping into the pages of history. Go from the pioneers to the presidents. Explore beautiful wildflowers, hike through iconic Hollywood locations, and end your day aboard the actual Air Force One at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library and Museum. Throughout the summer, take the Little House 50th Anniversary Tour at Big Sky Movie Ranch. Less than 15 minutes from Los Angeles and 30 minutes from Universal Studios, Simi Valley has small-town charm with big-time history. Go to visitsimivalley.com for more information. We are so grateful to visitsimivalley.com for their commitment to presenting the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast. We talked right away when he first showed up on the set, and like I said, it was like being, married off. You wait in the village for your new husband. We're like, what is happening? I was just turning 18. He was like, what is going on? And every time any short guy walked on the set, is that him? Is that him? And me and Melissa going, is that guy? And then he showed up. And I was like, let it be him. Let it be him. Please, let it be that guy. Yeah. I was like, yes. And then we start talking, and it's like, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite band? What movies do you like? And he answered correctly. He liked all the right things. And so we quizzed him about his entire life and went, okay, he's smart, he's hip, he'll do, he's okay. And then it just turned out to be like cooler and funnier and smarter than anybody ever. Yeah. And it was like, oh yeah, we're off to the races here.
Yeah, the chemistry between you two is amazing. And also with Nellie, it's the first time we see her genuinely feeling anything.
Yes.
Genuinely.
Yes.
I loved the pig farmer. I loved the pig farmer.
That's true.
Yeah, but
That's true. But this was different.
You did, but this is different.
This
different.
is much more. This is
more.
true love.
Yeah.
This is,
Yeah.
This is different.
Yeah.
You literally you surrendered to this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
I knew it was
Nellie
Mr.
surrenders,
Right.
and in a really lovely way. I think as I watched this last night, your performance is really wonderful, and I think for audience who knew you in this particular way, to see this peeled back and watch you respond in a completely different way,
Yes.
so fully and completely, had to be absolutely wild. For an
And the
audience
suspense.
watching you.
Will she make it? Because as Paul goes,
Can she do
laughed.
this? Yeah.
And we saw what happened with the pig farmer. So people are going, wow, wait, is this for real? Is this going to
Right.
is she going to freak out and blow the whole thing? Or is it like, she going to make it? How long?
Well, we see like what, I don't know, in the next scene back in the
freaked out
restaurant.
completely.
Yeah.
We
We see the switcheroo.
that maybe this isn't going to quite work.
It's not going to take effect, right away. It's
Yeah.
There's definitely, but I love that. I love the whole
great.
schizophrenia
It's
back and
awesome.
forth. That was my favorite.
We'll
thing,
talk
the
about
back and
that
forth.
after this. Okay, but
Yeah.
first, what
we have
happens
to
is
go back.
now we're back in Sleepy Eye. We see Almanzo.
ranch.
He's delivering ice, and
Delivering
a
ice.
lovely
Yeah.
saloon girl comes by. And let me just say something. I love this woman. I love her.
Oh, yeah?
She worked a lot.
She wasn't she on
General?
General Hospital for like 20 years?
She's on freaking everything. Wait, I looked her up. She's on like everything in the world. Nancy Lee
Yes,
Gunn.
she was on a
One
soap
Life to Live,
opera.
General Hospital, Port Charles, Melrose Place, Seven. She was the
my
principal.
God.
She was on every soap.
She was on
She has
One
like
Life
a
to Live for
billion
like
credits.
25 years or something like that. And then I guess the other
She was on
soaps.
everything. She go to her IMDb. It's a brrrr. She was on all the soaps. She was on many shows. She was a real serious working out. She was on everything.
Yeah,
She's really
But what
good.
I love about her in this scene, first of all, she kills this scene. She's perfect, and it's a short little scene, and she's so freaking good in it. But what feels so, why I was like, I love this woman, is because we never see women on Little House on the Prairie who are sexually free or confident or just sort of open. And it was sort of like, for me, a breath of fresh air that this woman was like not afraid to be like,
Wasn't
hey, what you doing
really-
tonight?
That was not the Prairie way.
It was not the Prairie way. That's why she was like, oh, there are girls
Right?
like this out here. Awesome. Yeah.
Because everybody's married. Everybody's married with kids, or they're a school marm. And there's not a lot. There's the postmistress.
Yes.
There's not a lot of hubba
No.
going on this show.
And I loved her
Everybody's
for
a
it.
Christian girl that getting married. And here is like,
that's a
what
part that
wearing?
you would have killed, Pamela.
The saloon girl?
You would have killed that.
You are right.
Oh, God, Dina's casting me as the saloon girl. Something has gone horribly right or horribly wrong here.
No, it's true. Oh, that red hair.
But no, you would have had a lot of fun.
Oh,
with
yeah,
that.
of course.
You would
Your
have
hair up.
really-
And that outfit,
Yes.
and like, hey,
I
what time
loved
did you
her.
get? No, you'd nail.
I love her,
You'd
and I
nail
love
that.
how when you turn her down, Dean, the expression on her face is just like, whoa. I mean, she just nails it. It's one little scene. It doesn't, and she's so good. So anyway, the point of the scene is
Yes.
the
Oh,
saloon
yes, the
girl
point of the
is
scene.
here hitting on Almanzo
Yes.
like any good girl would, and
Sure.
Laura comes by on the wagon at the time
Of
she
course.
comes and sees him. At this particular
Wiping
moment, he is
her-
wiping
yes.
the water that has splashed on. Well, whether it actually did splash on her back
she
or
backed
not.
into it,
yes.
basically. Is
Probably
what she
on
did.
purpose.
On
Yes.
purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
So
She
he's
was doing that flirtatious
wiping
thing.
her back, and Laura sees this as she's passing and thinks, "Oh my God, he's with this horrible floozy of a woman. How could he?"
I mean, Laura only wishes she could have been
For
that way from
reals.
time to time.
That's what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah.
That's why this woman was like a breath of fresh air to me. Of like, yes, women can own themselves and their bodies and their sexualities too. Like, come
And he's
on.
flirty and terrible.
'Cause
And
let's-
Laura nearly totals the wagon.
Yes.
She freaks out so bad.
I mean,
She's-
I don't know if, do you think Laura has gotten the birds and the bees conversation with Ma at this point? I don't know if she has. I doubt it.
Wow, that's an interesting thought.
I doubt it.
I've always was told that girls who grow up on farms, because they know where the
animals.
chickens and the baby cows came from, and they know where the baby.
It's a little side story, really interesting. I have family in the horse business in Charlottesville, Virginia, and I was back visiting during the Little House years. I went to visit. They do hunter jumping things, beautiful in Charlottesville, Virginia, and one day I was in the barn and they were doing a breeding.
Oh, wow.
And so the stud is led in, and I mean, in the barn was just a group of 10, 11, 12-year-old girls watching this.
Oh, human girls. Humans. Okay.
Yeah. And the mare's being teased, and you have to find out if the mare's ready, and all of this that's being done with the stud. Have you either of you ever seen this?
No.
It will change your attitude about sex entirely. I mean, it is wild to watch
Literally.
this. And I'm sitting here because I certainly had the birds and the bees conversation and knew what I was looking at, and to imagine a group of 10, 11, 12-year-old girls watching this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, there's no mystery.
No.
After exactly what's going to happen here. And it was pretty powerful. You never got the sense, even though Laura but we never saw anything like that.
No.
I think it was sanitized, but by God, she was on a farm, and
Sure.
they had
She
chickens
had to
and
have seen
roosters
things.
and cows and bulls, and the horses came from somewhere. And in the books, there's a horse gets born and a calf gets born and stuff.
Yeah.
So
She has to know.
you're not. Baby Carrie has a general idea of where
that's
babies
true.
come from.
That's true.
They all kind of go, well,
It's
you
just
on the
nice
farm,
girls don't talk about
No.
it. That's
Well,
all.
you
They
don't
just
discuss
talk about it.
such things,
Well, but also,
you know
I
perfectly
don't
well
know,
what goes on.
I don't, and I think this is still true. Obviously, lesser so, but that whole thing of like women can also have pleasure. I don't think that was taught. Do you know what I mean?
That was not the idea.
No.
It was we're talking purely functional.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, this is
it was
biological. It has nothing to do with sensual pleasure.
Yeah. Right.
It depended, because since all the conversations were in secret, it's like, we don't really know. It was the public face was, oh, yes, of course, a woman's duty, and I want children, and I love my husband. But
Or
there
not,
were
but
mothers who took the kid aside, and when she was getting ready to marry her beau, went, okay, come here. Actually.
Yeah. Right.
And
I hope we're not shocking any of our audience today as we talk
These things
about
happen.
this.
These things do happen. They may.
Nah.
But farm girls knew.
They're savvy.
and
They
yet
wrote the
most-
handyman meme, for God's sake. They know.
and most girls, they were raised that, yes, what you're going to do is get married and have babies, and that's simply a part of it. But there were parents, there were mothers who took their daughters aside and said, okay, here's how it can go several different ways. It
Yeah.
could go your way if we, and gave them helpful hints so that things, there were mothers, they're married a long time, they figured it out, and some of them did tell their daughters,
but it was
by
such
the
a
way.
puritanical type of.
Yeah, of course.
Like I don't know how much pleasure was being talked about, because I don't know how much pleasure women were actually having. I mean, I really don't know.
Well, like today, many not. But
Right.
it was very on the download. It would be like your mother would tell you, baby,
Right.
maybe your auntie
Right.
would go, "Psst, by the way, it doesn't have to be
Oh,
terrible."
right.
That wouldn't have, that would have sort of played against the sort of the whole, I don't know, the moral responsibility, the woman, the way women are framed
Yes.
in the Bible.
Yes, and very
it's just a
patriarchal.
Oh, that it was sinful and everything.
Yeah.
There were women.
Yeah.
I think there were women who did enjoy things, but simply you didn't talk about. Oh, you didn't tell anyone. You didn't tell the neighbors.
And that's why
Yeah.
I was, semi-jokingly, but honestly, like, the saloon girl for me is very enjoyable to watch, because it's
She's
like
open about it.
there's she is not like the other women on the prairie. Let's just put it this way.
It's not. No.
Yeah, no, that's very that's very observant. Probably one of the rare times we saw in the whole life of the
Yeah.
series, a female character
Yeah.
presented in that way.
Almost
think
like
there were always
positive
women-
sexuality. Not for me. She wasn't just a floozy, although I know that's what
And she wasn't
they're
hiding
supposed to.
it. Yeah,
she wasn't
yeah.
hiding it. She wasn't
She's
ashamed of it.
Well,
and it
Laura
seemed like she
certainly
liked
talks
it.
about her like she's a
Well,
she's a
exactly.
floozy.
Laura hates
Laura
her. Yeah,
hates
she's
her.
a tramp. She's a hooker,
Right.
as far as she's concerned.
The dress didn't have a top. The dress was so short, didn't have a
like a
bottom.
belt.
It was more like a belt.
I love
Yeah.
that.
It's a
I love
great
that
line.
That's
I
like-
didn't think it was quite that revealing.
But I guess
you know,
to
that's the way
Prairie
she would say it.
standards, to Laura's standards,
Yeah.
I
like
think there were always women that at the sewing circle,
Yeah.
when the other women said, "Oh, my husband, well, you know, I do what I can." There were always a couple women go, "Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, totally," and just quietly,
But
"Yeah, it's awful."
But it
Oh,
makes me
hate it,
wonder. I
hate
wonder
it,
how
hate
much.
it, hate it, hate it.
I wonder how much men knew about women's pleasure as well. Right?
Right.
Like it goes both ways.
Of course.
I don't know. I just always feel like that they don't know. They don't, and they don't
That
care.
would make an interesting documentary to explore that topic.
Yeah, sexuality and
Just to see, yeah. What was sexuality? You know, people were having a lot of children out of just because they had
Yeah.
They need it.
You know, women were spent most of their fertile years pregnant because if they were married, because people lost children. They lost half their children. Sometimes.
Okay. Did Nellie find out? I mean,
Yes.
they don't show when Nellie finds out he's Jewish.
Oh, but
before he announces.
I wondered that too. What do you think?
But if she knew that, if she somehow Googled this in the 1800s and looked it up,
Somehow Googled it.
like, Miss Needle, got any books on Judaism in the back?
Yeah.
She could have accidentally found out, she certainly found out later, that in Jewish tradition,
Yes.
making your wife happy is a mitzvah,
Yeah.
and a good husband
Yes.
Oh, okay.
is expected to keep his wife content.
Yeah. Well, also, I never, there's something about Nellie and Percival where I'm like, oh, they're having great sex. They are having
I love
the
that
most
thing.
amazing
I love
sex
that we got
ever.
that up. That was one of Steve and I our favorite things. Well, we'll talk about that when we
We'll get
to
to it later, but holy moly.
We protected that.
Because he knows how to give it and she knows how to take it. Let's just put it that way. She's enjoying it.
This is going to be a
a R-rated.
We're gonna be in trouble.
Okay,
again.
People
Are we in trouble
Magazine.
again?
Yeah, People Magazine's going to pick
We
up on
didn't
this
say
real
anything. We were
fast.
very clinical in our discussion.
Maybe not, but but this is definitely heading into that territory.
All right.
Well, you started with the horse breeding. Don't look
Yeah,
at
no, it's true. I
We
did.
were very
I did.
clinical
Yeah.
about the whole thing. Very clinical. Okay.
You were good. I'm bad. Sorry. I'll get back on track. Here we go.
You're a bad.
Although
you're a
I
bad
do
girl,
wonder about
Pamela.
these things, and historically too, not just Little House on the
course.
Prairie, but it is very fascinating to me.
It's very fascinating.
Okay, so next, here we go. So now Laura's all pissed with Almanzo, whatever. We're back at the blind school. The blind Hester Sue has arrived with the blind children. And also Laura has found out from Houston that Mr. Pims has decided to miraculously lower the rent to $60.
Like an insane amount.
So lo and behold, she has the money. Everything's great. The blind kids are arriving. Now,
Well, as far as
of
she
$40,
knows, the rent is $60. The rent is still $80.
Yes.
Or whatever.
40.
So it's-
Yeah.
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 It was going to be 40 a month, so now it's suddenly magically become 30
Yes.
a month.
30
So
a
for
month.
60
Right.
is now
Right.
enough.
Right.
How did that
How
happen?
did that happen? It's a miracle. All right, here we go. Ready for the trash
now
talk
something
next?
that's now Allison. Something I'm
Yeah.
gonna jump in here because this is not something that you would know, Pamela. So as Ketty is introducing, as Hester Sue is reintroduced, talking about the children, all the children are names of female crew members.
Oh, I love that.
No.
Oh my gosh, I
well, I
love
mean, you
that.
heard Richleen Kelsey? Did you hear?
And here's Richeline, right? Because who's named
Yeah.
Richeline in the 1870s? Yes.
Yeah.
It's sort of- yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I love that.
Maybe that's the one that jumped
stood
out at me. So maybe it was just the one name, but I
So
thought
is-
that was really sort of
That
cool.
is so
Is
cool.
Susan,
Work names.
I'm here.
All
so
right,
really
here we
Susan
go.
Gray.
Are we
Susan
ready?
Goodspeed, Yeah.
Ugh.
Yes. Okay.
Susan. Okay. So of course
We
all
have
the
not gotten through Act 1 yet, by the way.
Okay.
everybody.
Oh my God, we're so bad.
We have not gotten
okay.
to Act
Okay.
1 yet.
We're gonna
Look
be
at the
quick.
long-
We're gonna be
yeah,
quick.
do.
Okay. Susan, of course, has to have her freaking moment here, right? So, She's so awful. Okay, so she's the epitome.
No, wait a minute. I
Listen.
thought it was a very sweet little prayer.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Girl.
She is that.
We're all together again?
She is like that, the saccharine, cloying, like, it is so over the top in her preciousness that it ruins it for me completely. Totally. She's like
How
little
cynical
goody
are
Miss
you?
Two Shoes. We pray. Oh, Susan, you get an A+ again. You're our favorite student. La, 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 la. She's gross.
Yeah,
I thought it was a
Prairie.
very sweet
That's
moment,
because she's
actually.
trying to make you feel that way, but I can see right through her.
But it's not. Okay.
It wouldn't be the Prairie without at least one of those scenes. This is why our show got made fun of, was these
It's
moments.
that
Yes.
because
I
the
agree.
because the other kids that would come on the show, even if it was for a one episode, one off, whatever, none of the kids acted like that. That's why the show was never saccharine, sweet, gooey.
Let's be fair to Susan. Susan didn't write this,
But she acted
This
it,
was
Dean. She
Yeah,
acted
she
it.
acted it, but everyone went right there with her. No one pushed back on it.
I did.
No one said you did.
Even rewatch it. I mean, I've seen this a million times. I was just like, ugh, Susan. She's the worst. I'm sure she's a lovely human being. Don't take this personally.
Yeah, I'm sure she's a lovely person.
She is a lovely person, obviously. I cannot
Pamela.
stand it. I cannot stand it. I know I am not alone. Bonnet heads, back
you know
me
you're not
up
alone. Have
on
you
this.
done polling on this?
Please, let's do
Susan
a poll.
Goodspeed.
Everyone, listeners, bonnet heads,
What do you think?
please.
Who's the most
Little
cloying
Susan.
character
Yes,
on
is-
Little House? It's going to be
It's
Susan
going to be
Goodspeed.
Susan.
Okay.
Ugh,
Okay.
I'm here. Okay, let's move on. That was my rant.
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm sorry. Before we move on, the shot when they cut to Ketty and she says "Amen" or "Amen," Ketty is so beautiful.
she is.
and
always so present.
Ketty is absolutely spectacularly beautiful.
I know. I know.
And she makes the praying work. That's the thing. When Hester
Well,
Sue
that's-
prays, Hester Sue sings a hymn. You don't go, oh, you know, we're gonna
No.
you
No,
go,
no,
yes,
she's
yes,
all
That's
in.
the difference.
That's
yes.
where she lives.
Yes.
That's where Ketty Lester lives.
Yes.
And so when she says it's time to pray, you go with it.
Yeah.
It's just Susan who bugs you.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God, Susan. Yes. I hate it. And my mother's name is
It's not
Susan, and I'm
woman on
mad
the
that they
show.
share the same name. That's how mad I am about it. Okay. So now let's move on. Next,
Yeah,
what
let's
does
get to the
happen?
end of Act One
right.
here.
So now the end of
Yeah.
Act 1 is Laura is at home. She's crying. Actually, she's not at home. She's at the
No,
courtroom
she's
still.
at the blind school.
Right.
She's at the school
and,
still, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
Mary comes in to say goodnight to
And
her.
Mary comes
and
to see
Laura
her, like a big
That's
sister.
lovely. It's like the sisters
It
back
is
together
a
again in
great
the loft
sister
kind
scene.
of thing. We climb onto the bed. Oh,
And Laura's very sad. She tells Mary about the saloon girl and how her outfit is really just more like a belt and not a skirt.
Yeah,
which
love
is
it. Like
funny.
a belt.
And Mary's like, that
A
doesn't
belt.
really sound like him. And if he's
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
not
then
who
he's
he
not
is.
worth it anyway. And Laura's crying and crying and crying. I want to go home. Here's a question that I have for you guys.
And it buttons with she says I want to
wanna
go
go
home
home.
about 6 times.
Yes.
And that's sort of recurrent, that theme of home, home, home. She wants to go home.
Here's my.
I mean, I wrote down one of the best lines ever after it was more like a belt. I love that
line too.
Been cracking me up.
Yeah,
So
no, it's
funny.
great.
So
Really,
funny.
really.
It's great.
Okay, my question for you is this. There are some scenes in Little House on the Prairie where it's obvious fake tears, right? Like maybe the actor just couldn't get the real tears, or maybe they had done so many takes that they had to add some
crying all day.
crying all day and just couldn't, and they put on the artificial tears, and it's very obvious that they're artificial tears, but whatever, they're artificial tears. This scene, Laura is crying and dry as a bone. There is no wetness in her eyes at all, and I thought, why didn't they add the artificial tears to this? Because the whole scene she's sobbing, and yet
You think this would be a
completely
blowing snot, heavy crying on it.
it was odd. It's always been a little odd
You
to
should keep
me.
blowing snot.
Yeah, but that's the kind of cry it was supposed to be. I mean, that's the kind of cry she was acting.
Right. No, she's despondent. She's despondent.
And this is no judgment on her whatsoever as an actor. I mean, we've all been there where it's just like, oh God, I can't. She might have done 10 takes of this already. Who the hell knows?
Maybe she didn't want the menthol.
Well, was it a
'Cause that's-
choice? Like, what? How did the artificial
No,
tears
you
work?
had to ask for it.
You-
If you
and
asked
then
for
there
it,
was
you
the
got it.
glycerin. There were the tears.
The
There was
glycerin,
the eye
right.
drops that were just like a Visine kind of drop, and then there was a glycerin, and then there was a menthol blast. And,
Right,
you know,
which
it
made
was-
you cry.
Take your
So
choice.
how
your
often
pick, yeah.
did people, like, was that just available whenever,
anytime.
Yes, they were ready
So
all
how
the time, 'cause
often were
they never
people
knew.
like, "Give me the freaking menthol. I can't do
Give
it."
me the menthol. Yeah,
You
give
had
me
a
the give me
cast
the
of
give me the
thousands
menthol.
and endless crying scenes all the time. And what if you would prepare and they said, "Oh, we're going to shoot some of tomorrow's. We're ahead of schedule." Oh,
Right.
with the crying jags. Oh God.
Right.
Okay. You didn't know what. So there was just like be prepared for anything. So they had multiple
So I
ways
just
to
wonder
cry
why
on
they
this
didn't
show.
use anything on her in this scene, because it's
Maybe,
a little
I-
strange.
I'm
to
wondering
me.
because this was a BuzzBog show. I think it was keyed down so much. It wasn't like full bright light
Right,
on
it was
her. It was
nighttime.
candlelight.
Going for a
I
little
mean, so
subtle.
maybe they thought like we don't need this here.
They were like, "It's good. She looks like she's crying. Let's go with it." And they just
Yeah, I mean,
went.
I think she conveyed, she certainly conveyed emotionally what was going on there. The fact that there was no physical, but here's the thing. I think what we always have to wonder about in these things, is it her job to cry or is it her job to let you cry?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
And if you are affected, now if you are not affected by that because you're looking at her eyes saying she's dry, it's like there's nothing, well then you're out of then the moment's done for you. But if you're not looking at that, but you're just, if you're in the character's head, you understand where she is, then it's maybe going to be affecting.
It's more like a belt. I believed her.
Oh, for sure. I did
was
too.
like, oh, God.
I believed everything she was doing.
baby.
But I think for me, it was, listen, when you're on stage, you can get away with not having real tears.
course,
They
you
can't
have all
see
that
them.
distance.
You have distance. So when it's an up close shot and your character, your job is that you are crying hysterically and saying, I want to go home, and you're heartbroken and you're saying this through the tears, and yet there are obviously no tears.
Right.
To me, it's a little disconcerting, and it actually makes me feel sorry for the actor because I know how hard she's working, and without the payoff of the literal tear, to me as an actor, and I know this is not the general audience, but to me as an actor, it's like, oh, help the girl out. She's working, and she's doing a really good job.
I used menthol and the glycerin and the just give me all three.
It was just sort of like, why not this scene? I didn't quite get it.
Right. No, that's interesting, and I think this was the end of this moment when they embrace. At the end of it is the end of Act One, and Laura's despondent. I think because Michael had such facility with tears.
Yeah.
And I use the word facility.
So did Melissa Sue.
Very specifically.
Those two were crazy.
He
They
could
boom.
turn it on in a second. He had a trigger that he could go to. There was no glycerin.
Yeah.
There was no menthol with Michael. He made it happen. And I sort of know what he was, at least we're told we sort of have a sense of what he was using, but emotionally to get there. And I think people felt a lot of pressure because of
course.
that. Because he could do it instantly.
Right.
So everyone felt like they had to go there. And I think that's, that the show got criticized for that. I mean, that was one of those things that everyone's crying all the time, and would they really be? But I think again, it's about facilitating the audience's experience, and if it's taking the audience to the right place, and David Rose's cues are taking you emotionally to the right place, it's all good. But there was a lot of pressure because Michael could cry on the drop of a hat.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, we're stopping here right now. I'm sorry I have to do it. This conversation went so long that we are going to be back next week with a part two of He Loves Me, He Loves Me Not. This has been so much fun. It's an epic conversation. Come back for the finale of part 2. And in the meantime, thank you guys for coming. Join us on our website, littlehouse50podcast.com, or our socials, littlehouse50podcast. And this is going to be me solo this week. Ready? Bob, get the wig. I'm flying alone down the hill. Nothing. Mm-mm.